We're now going to continue our breaking news coverage here with Allie Bauman. She's been live right now on Pier 40. She's got some new information for us. Allie, what are you learning?
Yeah, Alan and Christine, they're getting ready to set up the press conference right behind me, which I'm sure we're going to take live any minute as soon as it starts. But just some new information that I'm learning from sources at this hour, that the 6 victims included a family from Spain. Now, that is excluding the pilot who was flying that plane, a tourism plane, or tourism helicopter, I should say, excuse me, a tourism helicopter that was flying over here. But I'm told that the other 5 victims were a family from Spain. Now, we have learned earlier that that includes at least 2 children and the 3 adults, all of which have died. So that's new information that we're getting just at this hour from sources from City Hall. We're waiting on that press conference that I'm told should start any minute now, as soon as Mayor Adams arrives in his place behind me at the end of pier there. So Alan and Christine, that's the latest from right here.
All right, Allie Bauman reporting for us from Pier 40. Thank you, Allie. We'll be returning to that area once the news conference gets underway. In the meantime, our investigative team has been digging into some details here since this crash took place. Let's bring in investigator Tim McNicholas. And Tim, I know that you've been looking more into the company, into the plane. What have you been able to learn?
So a source familiar with the investigation has confirmed to us that this was a Bell 206 and that it's owned by a company called Meridian Helicopters. That's an LLC out of Louisiana. So that company, their website and their Facebook page say that they're a helicopter brokerage. So what does that mean? Well, they say that they sell helicopters, they lease helicopters, and they refurbish helicopters. They also say that they do pre-buy inspections on helicopters. And I want to point out that just because they're the owner, the registered owner of this helicopter, doesn't mean they were the operator. So we're still looking into information on who is operating this. We don't know anything about that at this point. Flight path data on this particular aircraft shows that at least over the past week, it has been flying to and from heliports and airports in our area. So it's taking multiple flights per day, by the way. Some of those flights are between one Manhattan heliport and another heliport. Some of those flights are between JFK and Newark. Some of them are between those airports and the heliport. We have reached out to Meridian Helicopters, and we haven't heard back yet.
But for the past few days, all local trips.
Local trips.
Little jumps here and there.
Yes, often between one heliport and another. So very local, very small trips. And sometimes they go out to the airports as well.
Do we have any information on this trip? A takeoff point, intended destination at any point?
Well, I heard Allie Bauman report actually earlier that it took off, at least on this particular trip, from Lower Manhattan. So that was yet another small trip in that instance as well, as far as we know.
All right, Tim, we'll let you get back to work. And when you get some more information, we'll see you back here.
Sure.
Right,
Thank
Tim.
you.
Thank you.
Let's go out to Lori Bordenero now. She's been talking with people who actually heard the crash and also looking there in the aftermath of what has happened. She joins us now once again from Jersey City. Lori?
And Christine, we talked to one man a little bit earlier who told us he was just looking out his window and he actually saw that helicopter just descend very quickly into the river. But I want to show you actually what's going on here right now. You can see the FDNY Marine units. They're out here on the water. And also you can see that yellow boat there with the crane. That they are getting ready to take that helicopter out of the water. You can see it right there by the pier. Divers have been going in and out of the water. There are emergency crews and ambulances there on standby. We have seen some debris, what appears to be parts from the helicopter floating in the water here. One witness we spoke with tells us he actually saw a broken rotor from the helicopter. Everyone here telling us the same thing, that they heard a loud boom, something unusual that sounded more like an explosion. Take a listen.
From my window, I just saw like the black parts of the helicopter probably fly off of it. And I guess I was just hearing from some other people too that it was probably like parts of the propeller or something.
They're always flying around here, always super low. And I saw some ferries still like riding in the water, so I didn't think anything happened in the water either.
And again, back here live, you can see the FDNY boats as this investigation is underway. At this point, we don't know yet what went wrong here, but again, a catastrophic event here on the Hudson River. We'll send it back to you.
Lori, I know that as the day's gone on, the mood has changed for a lot of people who may be out there watching this whole thing unfold. At first, we were hoping we would see rescue missions. We then learned about the fatalities. What is the mood there, where you're at, with the people nearby, with investigators, with NYPD? Set the scene for us.
Yeah, Ellen, a lot of people here in this neighborhood just sort of milling about here. They're standing on the waterfront, just sort of want to see what's going on. There's a little bit of a somber feeling here. People here tell us that they're used to hearing these helicopters daily, but again, they heard something unusual this time around. It was a little bit frightening, some say, at first, and of course, now hearing what happened, certainly a very sad feeling here in this neighborhood. Back to you.
And Lori, our viewers at home, you can't see it, but our viewers at home can see we do have the live image up of the press conference we're waiting on right now. We are still waiting on the officials to actually take that podium there and update us with the latest that they have. That's something that they said was going to be coming around 5:30. But of course, there's a lot of information that they're trying to piece together right now, Christine.
Absolutely. Folks, if you're just joining us at home, if you're just getting home from running errands, picking up your children, coming back from practice, coming back from work. It's just past 5:30 this evening, and we can tell you that a helicopter crashed into the Hudson River around 3:15 this afternoon, and sadly 6 people on board all died. We can also tell you that the last crash in the Hudson River happened nearly 6 years ago. The pilot was the only one actually on board that survived the crash. This happened near the Lincoln Tunnel on May 15th of 2019. The pilot said that he was actually trying to land, and then he felt something wrong, and then crashed when he tried to pull up.
And on March 11th, 2018, 5 people were killed when their charter helicopter went down in the East River that time. The pilot survived. It was an open-door flight, and that crash led to legislation and an eventful ban on open-door helicopter flights here in the city.
And then taking another look here, a little bit deeper dive into all of the incidents that have taken place here locally. In October of 2011, a woman died when a helicopter crashed into the East River. Rescuers there arrived to find 2 men, as you can see here from this file video from our archives, clinging to that overturned chopper. The pilot and the 3 passengers all survived.
And then going back to August 2009, a sightseeing helicopter carrying Italian tourists collided with a private plane over the Hudson River, killing 9 people on board that time.